Morning everybody, welcome back to part 2 of this Claycross Angling Association special for you. I'm now at the second lake on their book. There's 3 altogether, so you can put them in whatever order you want. I'm now at the second lake on their book, so you actually get this one, the one where we went on part 1 to Meadow Farm Pond, and you get another one as well, which is just out road, and I'll take you there after. But this is the car park for the place. As it stands, it's currently empty. I can't pull into the car park. My car's behind there, and I think I know why. I'm gonna do the audit as normal and just take you around the place, but just take it with a pinch, because I think I can see a reason why there's no fishing on here at the minute. So let's get stuck into it. Right, so this is your entrance to the fishery off this little lane here. I'll try and put in the description the address for this place, but it's middle of Wingworth. There's park there. There's actually another little pond up there which you can't fish. Here's the notice board for this. Luckily, Derbyshire Police, Fire and Rescue, all that stuff, Derbyshire Fire and Rescue, they've put a sign up, and I think it used to be on there, look. So that one's just popping back on there, but you've got a sign up already. It could do with something a bit more permanent, like something going on this pole here. Here's your notice board, same as the other one, pretty much all the same rules there. And then you've got your first few pegs down this side at lake, so I'll take you around this side and then I'll take you over that back on that back platform and then down this way. So this is the first peg as you come in. This is actually peg 9, so I believe that's one over there on that platform. They do sometimes 10 and 11 these into matches, but as you can see, this place is in some dire need of some dye or some limestone putting in it or something, but this place really needs some weed control in it. I've never seen it this bad in my entire life. There might be a reason for it, I'm not sure, so we aren't speculating and going crazy about, you know, it's been neglected. There might have been KHV breakout or anything, that's why there's been no fishing, therefore there's no nets. And most of the time when you've got any disease in your water, you don't really want to agitate them. You want to wait till you've got a nice clear water before you start and treat it. So I'm not going to stand here and stab anybody and say look at state at place, but I'm pretty much guessing that that's what it is. Knowing Claycross Angling Association and how much they put into their waters, either something's gone terribly wrong somewhere on the chain of command system, or there's been a bit of a breakout of some parasite, and that's the reason why they've not been able to treat it. But anyway, let's just carry on and we'll go from here. But peg 9, really shallow out here, so you've not really got much water to go out here at all, whether you're pole fishing. If you're chucking out with a feeder, you can find some decent water out here, but you've got to remember, you're then chucking into margins of the pegs around you. So this peg, it does come into its own some days. Of course, I've seen people catch skimmers at 10 metre. It's just really shallow out there. You tend not to get a lot of fish wanting to come into your bait. So we'll go on to the next one and I'll walk you around, but this is a shame to see it like this. I'm really expecting a nice clear venue for you all to see. So let's drop down onto peg 8. Yeah, so all again with these moulded plastic pegs, last forever. That's what all that big platform is over there. It's all the same material. Good thing is, over time, if it ever needs adjusting, you can just adjust it up and down, drill fresh holes in it, and it's not like wood, it's going to go rotten or anything. It's a real shame to see it like this, but again, like I've said, it could be for a number of reasons. I've not seen any signs up yet, so hopefully I do see a couple of signs. I can already see loads of fish though, like there's loads of fish topping out there, there's loads of bubbles coming up. If anyone's serious about tench fishing as well, this is a venue where you can absolutely bag up on tench. I've seen 40 pound of tench come out here in a few hours, especially on these wall pegs. They're deeper pegs. At just a couple of metres, you've got probably best part of 7 foot. I think I remember someone plumbing up, might even be a bit more. But without the weed, Claycross Angling Association signs there, look, without the weed, you need to try and look at the bigger picture here. He's actually got fish right in edging this weed here. I don't know. We'll have to see what it brings when we walk around the place. But it's a stunning little pond in its prime. Fishes really well. It's one of them where you can bring kids up here like Billy. I've brought my son up here. He only lives next door to the place. I've brought him up here. Yeah, you can tell that all this is overgrown. There'll be a reason why it's been left for a while. I'm probably guessing there's going to be a reason why. Not just Claycross Angling Association, but I don't think anyone would leave a pond like this in despair, so there'll definitely be a reason why. Yeah, so Billy, I've brought him up here fishing a few times with a little whip, just helping him like pull a few fish out and try and drop a picture in there of Billy fishing. And yeah, so when it's fishing right, you'll have to keep sort of checking in with club. Definitely worth bringing kids up, and you know, it's nice for them to have a day's fishing. Loads of fish topping though. I can see loads of fish topping here on a bit of this weed here. Absolutely thriving. Very nice. Right, let's go up on to the next one. So you've got this nice big car park area here, which is actually shared with the bowls club as well. So sometimes they'll open this gate and they'll go through here and park up. So if you get down here early in the morning, it's a bonus. Bin, dog bin, and a safety ring. That looks like it's about half open, that, so can we have a peek? Yeah, you can just see it ringing there, look. So there's a ring in there, so that's ideal. Down onto this one. I've always liked this peg, it's a bit like quirky in it. Got a bit of an angle on it. Yeah, water level's down as well, look. I bet there's a leak. That's why they've not been allowed to run it as a fishery for a bit. I bet there's a leak and they're waiting for repairs, and that's why weeds overtaken place. Could be wrong, who knows. I'm a male, so I probably am. But yeah, normally water comes right up here, and it's probably 8 inches down from what I know it as, so I'm just going to throw a guess out there. I reckon it's got a leak over there down wall somewhere, and it's probably waiting on repairs, so they can't run it as a fishery at the minute. And then you've got this nice big bay here. There's one more peg next to us here, which I'll go down to. Got a nice big bay over there, and it's sort of deep there, and it shallows up this way, lake, and you've probably got about a foot of water over here, 2 foot of water, and then it sort of gets deeper that way. Loads of fish topping. Sort of take back where I said at the start now, there's fish everywhere. Looks very nice. Very nice. What's that? Peg number 6, that. Let's go up onto the next one and have a look. So down onto peg 5. Ooh, see fish in front of peg then. What are they, little baby pike? Where's he gone? I bet they were little baby pike then that have just shot off. Oh, that was a shame. Oh, one's just shot off from there as well, look, and gone somewhere. I haven't seen it come out yet. Oh, it has gone through. I can just see stuff moving. Little baby pike. Oh, I just saw that. You see that one then? Little baby pike about long, little tiny bullets flying about. That's nice to see. It's got a nice head of pike in here as well. We did net it years ago, and we put loads of pike. It's called ornamental pond up there. You can't fish it. There's no fishing allowed, but there's loads of fish in there. So yeah, I mean, some of you are probably looking at this thinking that, oh, I'd love to go and fish for tench and all that. It's not for me, but where our low water level is, I'm guessing that there's a problem somewhere. Definitely. Loads of fish topping over there. There's actually a big tree gone. That end peg over there, peg 1, there's a massive tree next to it. I used to love catching huge perch from there, so we'll go around and have a look at that in a minute. Hopefully that come down by itself. Oh, I had a new inlet put in. I can actually hear the old one still coming in though, so I'm not sure. Right, let's carry on to the next one. Yeah, so there's no pegs now. All this bay is like reserved for fish, wildlife. So it's all like thick reeds down here, and then pegs start over there on that platform. But this, again, work parties would come down, and these reeds can take over quite quickly. We'd come down, trim these reeds back sort of promptly, but we just won't go mad and get rid of them all. We'd definitely leave some for fish to have some cover. And that's ornamental pond up there where them sort of reeds are there. That's where ornamental pond is. So yeah, nice natural float. Water comes down from that pond into this one, so it has got a nice downstream flow to it. Let's have a look around here. So there's another big inlet that's putting down there. Look, that's a nice big fresh concrete inlet there. Unless it's like work in progress and they're just waiting for it to get some water back in it, I'm not sure. But if anyone knows, drop it in the old comments. Bleak blue pit down below and all that. It'd be nice to know if that's the case. I'm first to pull up at a venue if it's a dive and call it out. Like you all seen Langolt the other week. That place has just been neglected so bad. If you're still walking around for day tickets, but you've got that much weed on your bank, in your water, sorry, then you've got a problem. Another bin here. Oh, is it a dog bin? Yeah, well, it doesn't say. Probably a bit of everything in that one. Right, and down onto this, look, so you can actually walk on path down there, or drop down here, and you've got this nice staging all the way across, look, and there's a bit of water at the other side as well. And then you come down onto here. Looks lovely this morning. These cool mornings that remind me of fishing down here. So what peg number is that? Oh, peg number 4, look, numbers on there. Used to love coming down here on a winter's morning and getting some fishing done, some skimmers. Yeah, it's fish topping everywhere. Loads of little things everywhere topping. Looks really healthy. I know it's covered in weed and it's not great, but it is a really healthy water. I can just tell by looking at it. Fish are thriving, there's insects everywhere, it looks great. So that's peg number 3 that. So you've got 2 and 1, and that'd be 10 and 11 over there. So you actually have to, I'll show you where to go to get on them. They're not easy to get onto. If ever there's fishing down here again and you're down here wanting to get on them, just have your wits about you. There's a bit of climbing involved. Peg number 2. Ducks have just gone in and disturbed surface, but looks stunning. Loads of pods of bubbles coming up everywhere. So definitely loads of fish having a good dig in this morning. I come down here years ago, you know, for a walk round, and there were carp in here. Someone had put some koi carp in. I don't know if it was club or not, but there were koi carp about everywhere. Like they'd come out of ornamental ponds. It's full of water skaters over there. I can see thousands of them. This is where that big tree was, so that's where it's stump area, and it come. This is edge at peg here, peg 1, and it come around here, and you couldn't see underneath it all. You used to drop in like a float on a waggler just underneath it under a long rod, and you used to have some massive perch out from here. I've had my biggest ever perch from this pond, and I've fished ully as well. Just to put that into perspective for you, I've had my biggest ever perch out of this pond. About with £4, easy. It was not before camera phones, but it was still at a time when you just took everyone's word for it. Just right for me on a worm, last worm at day. It crawled out my maggot tub, and I put it on my hook, put it in there, and I turned around, that float was just under, and I was packing away. I lifted the rod up and I thought I was snagged, and this perch just took me on a right mission. Massive bay of bubbles coming up there, if you can see them. Zoom in on them, look. Get fizz in there. I can actually see all the bottom coming up as well with it. So that's going to be fish digging in that. We're probably going to end at season where fish are really starting to have it as well. So if you're ready for going out fishing, definitely get yourselves out. I think this was like a bit of an inlet as well. Well, it looks like an outlet, that. So there's a bit of a grill there, that's your outlet. Big tyre there. That tyre's been in there for a long time as well. I remember I've seen that tyre for years, I'm sure I have. And in this area, you sort of see a lot of pike down here. You get a few people coming down spinning, chucking in there for perch and pike. It's quite a bit of an untouched area, that, so definitely worth a chuck. But that's it from this corner of the lake anyway. Plenty of benches all the way around as well. And yeah, let's go and have a look. That one's come down. I thought another one had come from here, look. hugeness. Definitely a lot different from last time I seen it. It's hard to remember what it looked like before. And this path actually goes up to main road in Wingworth. You could drive down here at some point. I still have done every now and again, but it's just more of a walkway now, I think. Right, now we are at the wall pegs. So this is the first one. Again, you'd have to climb over railings to get down, but just out there you've actually got some old steel poles that are still in floor. I thought you'd be able to see them today with water level being down, from some old decking that were there years and years ago. So you have to be careful not to get snagged on them, but just at like 3 metre, 2.5, 3 metre, that's like your deepest margin at lake. That's where a lot of people get a lot of tench and bream from down there. And all this sort of like over covers that way, and you get a lot of pike underneath wanting to shoot out for your fish. So just be mindful of that. We used to fish at matches down here and it used to be freezing cold. I don't know if she still lives there or not, but there used to be a lovely old lady in one of these houses. She used to come out through one at back gates onto the path, and she used to make me and my pal Lee, she used to make us a bacon cob every now and again and bring us a coffee out for absolutely nothing at all. Like, we'd say, oh, we'll chuck you some money next time, and she'd be like, no. And we learned that she lost her husband, and he used to fish here and she used to do it for him, and she missed doing it. So very nice. Again, it's just buried in weed. This will probably, I think this will best peg out at too, this wall peg. So you just climb over, get down. It's good because if there weren't a lot of traffic coming up and down here, you could get your rod bag over here, ship your pole across onto your rod bag. Who knows, there might be a reason why, but let's concentrate on that another day. We're hoping to see some of them koi carp flying about, but there ain't any. Alright, let's get around this corner and we'll conclude this venue. And here we are, back to the beginning. There's your car park. From this angle as you come in, you can go around, sort of park in that way if you can, and then you can just take your tackle out your boat and get to your pegs. It's not a massive car park, but again, there's not a million pegs on here either, so maximum cars you're going to need, probably 9-10 cars to fit 9 people in here fishing. It is a shame how it looks, but I mean, what can you do? Hopefully someone gets in comments or pings a message or something and lets me know what's going on. But yeah. So that is the lodge pond for you, known as the wall pond, but the club have got it down as the lodge pond. It goes by 2 different names. Not going to focus too much on the politics of this place, but 100%, or at least 98%, there's a problem with venue, and that's why they've not been able to treat it. That's all I can think of, because common sense tells me water level's down. It's not like there's just one big problem to look at. Water level's down. Banks don't look like they've had any attention for anglers to be fishing it. It's buried in weed, and I mean a severe threat to fish life. But if there's a disease in water or a leak on lake, then it'd make sense as to why it's closed. And sometimes, you know, things like this happen, and you've just got to accept that that's the knock-on effect, having to close the fishery for whatever reason. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, because this little pond, when it's fishing well, is an incredible fishery. Like, you can come down here with a whip and kids and you can just bag up all day. It does not slow down. Really tidy, no litter anywhere, plenty of bins. Could do with a couple of signs going up at both entrances saying, like, you know, danger deep water. This time next year we'll come back, or before, if I hear anything, if it's perked up, and hopefully be able to give you guys a nice clear view of this place as a, you know, a healthy running fishery, and show you all what it's actually about, because it is a beautiful little venue, really stunning. So that kind of forces the hand for me. I love coming around venues. If it's a dive, I love telling you it's a dive, and I love the fishery owners or lease managers knowing that there's problems with a venue and they need to get on it. I honestly believe that this is not neglect. I think there's something more mechanical in the works that's gone off. For that reason alone, without the signs being up, I'm going to have to put it down as ungraded. But it's not a bad thing. If you think to yourself that, you know, he's always scored it a U, that means it's terrible, like it's not. It just means that I've got to come back at another time and do it again. So I'm going to score it a U, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this place revives itself. And I hope to God that whatever's wrong with it, if there's something wrong with it, it sorts itself out and the fish stocks are okay, because some of the bream and skimmers in here, and some at Roach, some at best you'll ever have, like really great fishing. There's not many little fisheries like this left anymore that offer that sport either, so it'd be nice to keep this one going. So that's the end of part 2 of the Claycross Angling Association special. I'm going to take you now. Part 3 is going to be on the venue just down the road from here, which is another stunning venue and a carp fishing heaven as well. So I'm going to take you down there. They also do a good gammon as well. I will just drop that in there. So from me and the Wall Pond Lodge Farm Fisheries, I will see you on the next one. Right, so bit of an update for you. I did catch a little bit of that while I didn't realise I was recording. The bloke's just come out from one of the houses over there. So my car is here, and a bloke's just come out from over there and told me that the fishery is in the position it's in because a farmer who's downstream, so the outlet takes the water out, goes down through his field and into a stream at the bottom of the village over there. There's been a dispute between him and the council about the water travelling through, probably disrupting his land, who knows. The council have then come and put new drainage systems in, the new outlets we've seen, the new concrete outlets. They've put them in, and I think what's happened is, because it's been just a constant work zone and a dispute, and you know, there's probably been a pause in business until it's sorted. I guess I can only assume that. So, like I said at the beginning, this won't be neglect. This will be because of a specific reason. Now when these disputes start kicking off and other people start getting involved, if you get ordered by council, because it is leased off the council, this place, if the council order you to pause business until it's sorted, unfortunately you've just got to do so. The chap who's just come out though, he said that all this car park flooded. It flooded all down where my car's parked at the gate, and it flooded right down into all the houses because they're set down lower than the actual lake is. So if you imagine that outlet over there gets blocked up, there's a dispute with a farmer, it gets blocked up, no water can travel through, it's all just backed up, and he said that all this car park here were all underneath water, all lot, and it all flooded down and ruined all these houses down here. So that's a massive shame, but that's probably why it looks like it does now. So hopefully it sorts itself out and it's back up and fishing soon. But yeah, just a little bit more to add on to end the video for you there. Just thought it was quite interesting. At least now we know some sort of context as to why it's in the position it's in. But yeah, back to it next time.